Bhadman invited his side chick into the matrimonial bed, confident his wife wouldn't return early enough to catch them. As he rushes to move things along, the woman stops him, pleading for his attention so they could have a short conversation. Unaware to them both, Bhadman's wife stood at the door, physically witnessing their betrayal on her matrimonial bed. She's no stranger to her husband's cheating ways. Yet in this moment, she is stunned by just how bold he had become in his betrayal. Even when you expect betrayal, some acts still leave you breathless with shock. The side chick paused their intimate moment to remind Bhadman of the financial promise he had made but never kept. He's immediately thrown into anger by her questions, insisting that she shouldn't bring up such topics at a time like this. He then reminds her that he just spent thousands of dollars setting up her dream business, and he's still struggling to recover from the financial strain. After watching them closely, his wife walks away slowly, careful not to let them notice her. Some truths are best witnessed in silence, leaving the guilty unaware. She enters the sitting room and sits on the couch, her body language revealing the depth of her disappointment in what she just witnessed. She not only witnessed her husband cheating on their matrimonial bed, but also heard him admit to starting a business for another woman, despite her repeated pleas for the same. The deepest wounds are born from seeing the one you love cherish another. She glances at the edge of the couch, spots her husband's side chick's bag, and lifts it with visible disgust. She then slowly sifts through the handbag and pulls out the side chick's complimentary card. She drops the handbag, her eyes locked on the card, as she realizes this is the business her husband opened for the side chick. She slips the card into her clothing and leaves quietly, careful not to reveal her presence. Bhadman remains in the room, making promises to his side chick to gain access to her body, unaware that his wife has already discovered their secret. A heart betrayed is never the same. Infidelity leaves scars words cannot heal. That same night, Bhadman's wife decides to search online for details about the husband's side chick's business and services. While searching online, she's stunned to find that her husband started the very business she had been asking for, but for his side chick instead. Her husband took the business idea she had shared with him, gave it to his side chick, and funded it to bring it to life, leaving her stranded with her own plans. When she first met her husband, he had nothing to his name, and she poured her life savings into building his career until he achieved wealth. The wealth she helped build with her husband is now out of her reach, as he squanders it on setting up other women while neglecting her. Helping someone rise doesn't guarantee you a place by their side, especially when they use your efforts to lift others instead. Filled with tears, the woman chooses not to confront him about what she has discovered. Instead, she hides the card and prepares herself to act affectionate with her husband. Sometimes silence is the hardest armor worn to protect the heart while the soul quietly bleeds. The next day, Bhadman sits on the couch with his wife. She reminds him that she is still waiting for the money he promised to fund her business. He responds with his usual excuse of not having enough money to start a business for anyone, unaware that his secrets have already been exposed. While they argue about the business, a knock comes at the door, and he hurriedly asks if she's expecting someone, to which she answers yes. She walks to the door, while her husband watches, puzzled about who the guest could be. She receives a package from the guest, and as she walks happily toward her husband with it, his mood shifts to fear. She passes the package to him, and he receives it, his entire body trembling with panic as he stares at it. The package is from the business he started for his side chick, and he is convinced his wife doesn't know anything about it. In a soft tone, he asks his wife how she learned about the store where she bought the item, and she lies, saying a friend recommended it to her. She lies to him, saying she shopped at the store because they were running exactly the same business she had wanted and planned for herself. Deception can be gentle, but its impact can shake even the most confident hearts. She urges him to open the package in her presence, so they can both see what's inside, and he nervously complies. He thanks her deeply for the gift, admitting how much he loves it and promising to cherish it forever. His wife quietly feels satisfied, observing the panic he tried to hide when he realized she had gotten him a package from the store he set up for his side chick. Bhadman is confused about how his wife discovered the store where she bought the gift and worries that she might have met his side chick who owns it. Those who deceive live in constant fear, haunted by the possibility that their secrets will be uncovered. The following day, Bhadman goes to his side chick's home to question her about why she sold the item to his wife. To his surprise, his side chick denies ever receiving an order from his wife or making any sales to her at her store. She tells him that she knows his wife and would never be careless enough to make a sale to her or let her learn about her business. Bhadman remains skeptical of her explanation, unwilling to believe his wife bought from her store by chance, and begins to suspect that she knows the truth. He explains to her that they are both doomed if his wife ever discovers their affair, admitting that he knows he does not deserve forgiveness for his betrayal. His side chick tries to soothe him with gentle words, reassuring him that she never sold anything to his wife nor received any order from her. She tells him that his wife likely bought it from a store that resells her products and reassures him not to worry about it. Sometimes the guilty heart clings to doubt, even when the truth offers a clear escape. His side chick tries to soothe his mind and distract him from his worries, slowly running her hands over his body and suggesting he relax so she can take care of him. Pleasure can quiet the conscience for a moment, but it cannot silence the voice of truth. As she runs her hands over his body, his focus shifts from worrying about whether she sold to his wife to craving her to satisfy his desires. Desire can blind the mind, making one forget the consequences that loom just beyond reach. He happily lays down on the bed, asking her to take good care of him, completely ignoring the fact that his marriage might be hanging by a thread. That same day, Bhadman's wife sits on the couch, waiting for him to return home. He opens the door, and she quickly hides the document in her hand beside her as she calls him to join her on the couch. He opens the door, and she quickly hides the document in her hand beside her as she calls him to join her on the couch. He notices the drinks on the table as he sits, his mind racing to figure out why she served them. To his surprise, his wife asks him to pick up a glass and drink, but he immediately declines. His wife demands to know why he refused the drink, and he takes a deep breath, filled with regret, before opening up to her. He tells her that he refused the drink because he suspects she may have poisoned it after discovering his cheating. His wife tries to feign surprise at his revelation, but he tells her that he already knows she discovered the truth when she gave him the package from the store. He tells her that he believes he was spiritually manipulated by their enemies into making those mistakes in their marriage, even to the extent of starting a business for another woman. He lies to her, saying that he's just returned from church, where he went alone to confess and seek repentance for his sins. His wife is stunned by the extent of lies her husband is willing to spin just to hold on to their marriage. He drops to his knees, pleading, but she immediately tells him that she did not poison the drinks she served. She tells him that she served the drinks to celebrate, as she has good news she wants to share with him. She asks him to stand, and he settles back on the couch with a smile, only to freeze in shock as she places a divorce document in front of him. He tries to plead with her, but she insists that he take the documents, and once he does, she tells him to sign them immediately, She tells him that she's ending the marriage and taking everything she invested, claiming 95% of their shared assets. As he pleads for her to reconsider, she stands and tells him that he will also need to move out, as she will own the house after the divorce. Because of his lack of sexual discipline, Bhadman has lost everything he and his wife built together, and is now left with a side chick who only makes financial demands on him. This is a lesson to everyone. Infidelity destroys trust. Cheating can erode the foundation of even the strongest relationships, leading to irreversible consequences. Discipline is key in marriage. Lack of self-control and yielding to temptation can cost you everything you've worked hard to build. Actions have consequences. Betrayal doesn't just affect the guilty party, it can destroy families, dreams, and lives. Honesty is the only sustainable path. Lies and deception may work temporarily, but they always backfire. Thank you for watching this video. Please share this video and comment where you are watching from.